At the headquarters of the French intelligence services in Paris, there has been a great and inexplicable unrest for some time. The news from the Balkans is very worrying. The memories of murder are still alive. And how can it not be so, since the nightmare for the French sounds exactly in the name VMRO? In October 1934, during a visit of King Alexander of Yugoslavia to France, he became an unexpected victim. More specifically, during a tour organized by the French Foreign Minister, Mr. Bartu, in Marseille, Vlado Chernozemsky, a ruthless VMRO executioner, perhaps the most dangerous terrorist of Europe at that time, used a gun, neutralizing both the minister and the king. This was the first official dual murder event recorded on film. The excitement in French is thus not without reason, since the infamous VMRO appears suspiciously. The precise cause of the disturbance is not yet known. But the first information that was eventually disclosed concerns the movements of a secret army, the United Macedonian Liberation Army. It was found that the military had ties to all parts of the VMRO in Skopje and Bulgaria, and that's a concern. It is also worrisome that this army is not in the air but has strong ties to the government, particularly to members of the Homeland Security Services. In fact, the relationships are so advanced that if by accident someone was revealed, then the automatic support was activated. That is, if, at any time, a careless act revealed the existence of a person, government officials intervened and erased the traces. The emblem of the Right Lion, the same as that of the emblem of the ruling party, but with this star of Virginia, demonstrated these relations. The French in the first phase were able to extract invaluable information due to their good cooperation with the Greek secret services. The Greek authorities are remarkably knowledgeable about the activities of their Slav neighbors. A very detailed report about the power, organization, and divisions maintained by the secret army in the areas close to the Greek border and at the same time its equipment arrived. As was revealed, for instance, state-of-the-art equipment was used to demolish border pyramids. This is something that only a unit with strong protection and a lot of money could achieve. More precisely, it was the demolition, or in some cases the destruction, of border pyramids or columns on the border between Greece and Slavic Macedonia that was unexpectedly recorded. But when the Greeks analyzed the incident, they realized that it was a giant operation over a length of 20 kilometers, and that a lot of engines were necessary. That is, excavators were required to complete the operation in just a few hours. For such a secret army, however, such operations would not be difficult to execute. The reason is that it has the exact knowledge of the location of the 200 pyramids/columns in the specific zone. The fact that in certain areas the pyramids are not visible because of the high vegetation is not an obstacle. The French, of course, were anxious to learn what was going on. But they couldn't find out exactly what, so they sent the Greeks an unexpected video of an activist who was in the area at the time. He actually recorded the events with his cell phone. Not the entire operation, but part of it, and especially the video of the tricks that the trucks had to have during their transportation. After their analysis, they concluded that the pyramids at the Greek borders had actually been transported in military vehicles. The operation was concluded by a well-trained unit from the southern part of Slavic Macedonia, and not only. But one name sounded panicky. What had happened? The people of Skopje, facing the apparent revelations and finally the resilience, withdrew, giving a name to the one in charge of the demolition of the border pyramids. A resident of the city of Bitola. But a real discomfort was noticed concerning the name of the resident in Bitola published. It was discovered that the person in question is associated with members of a group of suspected followers. More specifically related to a so-called revolutionary, but in fact terrorist, Pavel Shatev, whose tomb is somewhere in the city and is honored accordingly. Shatev was not only co-responsible for the killing of innocent men in Thessaloniki in 1903, but responsible for the French targets in that city. He was the one who jumped on the French tourist ship Guadalquivir, which was in Thessaloniki at the time, and blew up explosives. That's why the French were annoyed and somehow embarrassed. The sad conclusion is that the team of followers of Pavel Shatev, who may be part of the secret BMPO army, has been activated. It is this information that forced the French to conclude with deep concern that the event of the destroyed pyramids means something bad. A possible evil plot is being prepared, and everybody has to be careful.